yourself. A song of self-pity. A lot of the greats were squalid sons and daughters of sinister upbringings, and tyrannical or abusive or just plain neglectful parentage. We owe their art to their terrible upbringing, or updragging, if you will. Punched, kicked, left alone, or lonely left. Their mums, their dads, biological or otherwise, the villains who were malevolent, invisible hands placed a pen or brush that was covered in upturned rusty nails that the artist squeezed into their tough calloused hands, causing them to bleed in fantastical colours to the public's admiring eyes. A lot of these artists, though, starve, go mad, abuse drugs, abuse themselves, spiral into the black pit of contemptuous genius. They may die, and when they do, it's often by their own hand, the hand that still bears the memory of strife and the faint smell of neglect, and the very same that helped squeeze fingers over pens and brushes helps now squeeze fingers over triggers, knife grips, or even lose the grip over an 8-story balcony railing. Maybe you can't say the same. Maybe you have parents who have the unfortunate role of being the voodoo dolls of your own self-inflicted disasters. A caring mum who cries at every wrong turn you always seem to make. A dad who drowns himself in the hope that his son will be a man worthy. A being they brought into this crapshoot of a game, dousing himself with the flames from the match he struck all by himself. He sits now naked on a settee, drinking and watching various cartoons of his youth. At every new episode of Dog Tanya, he lights a new cigarette and pours more whiskey in the glass, and cries inside himself when cartoon dogs talk about courage, brotherhood, civility, honour, wondering if these are virtues only pencil lines can have. Until he puts his drunk ass under the covers, waiting for the day to change shade, rewinding himself with the words of an author forgotten. The world that gives someone love too soon spoils and rots the person for any new love that will forever be diluted. Some of us create our own misery and are distrustful of anything that hasn't got rusty nails. So they hammer themselves desperately into clouds, kisses, hugs, love. And that'll be that one. This is probably how Stanley Kubrick started. A fascinating sort of melancholy feeling that lingers with the smoke across the ceiling overcomes you as you sit there turning the lights off and on again and again. Then you press a glass of whiskey to your eye and watch the smoke change, distort in colour and shape. You blow more smoke to replace the old smoke, but this time you move the lampshade to highlight different angles of the smoke's passage. You repeat these light-themed tricks for 5 minutes, and in these 5 minutes perhaps you get a torch, light it, and then you turn the room light off, blowing smoke to the floor, lighting a torch to the ground to pretend you've made a street light on a misty day in a small town where asphalt was replaced with liquor-stained carpet, and then you're thinking of the Exorcist film poster. The cigarette goes out, eventually, and the house lights come on, and you resume the important work you were doing, or meant to be doing, whilst you were spending 5 lit cigarette minutes being a lonely living room stagehand.